2 pieces of paper on my desk, a coffee punch card, 9 stamps in, and a savings tracker. Emergency fund, $50 a week, crossed out in January. Same cat, same wallet, same brain. Meow. The card gets its 10th stamp on Friday. The tracker died in week 3, and the tracker is the one I actually cared about. Today, goal theory, one of the most replicated bodies of evidence in psychology, and the strange asymmetry it explains, why the goals you set die, while goals other people designed for you thrive in your pocket. By the end, you'll know the difference. It's engineering, not character. You'll spot the engineering everywhere it's pointed at you, and you'll be able to point it at your own money instead. It involves rats, marathon runners, and those 2 stamps in the wrong color ink. But before the rats, you. You've probably made a money resolution. Pay off the card, build the fund. How did it go? You already know the official verdict. 80% of resolutions fail by February. Fun fact about the number you've been beating yourself up with? Nobody can find it. Follow the citations. An article quoting nothing. No study, no dataset, no researcher. The most famous statistic in self-improvement is a rumor in a lab coat. Actually, the real trail exists, and it's stranger. Researchers actually followed resolvers, 77% on track after a week, almost half at 6 months. The number nobody quotes? People in the same study wanting the same changes with no resolution? 4%. 46 against 4. Goals work, roughly 10-1. Which makes the dead tracker on my desk the interesting corpse. If goals work, what decides which ones live? 2 explanations come standard. Let's bury both, with honors. 1. I lack discipline. The punch card would like a word. 9 stamps of faithful, unglamorous maintenance. That's discipline. Yours. Working beautifully. Whatever killed the tracker, it wasn't character. The same character finishes goals fine when somebody else builds them. 2. The cynics. Companies manipulate me. Closer, but look at the body. No company was anywhere near your emergency fund, and nobody profited when it died. Manipulation explains why you buy things you didn't plan to. It can't explain why a private goal died alone in January. Okay, now the cat is out of the box. Whatever's left has to explain both objects at once, and for that, we need the actual science of goals, which begins, unhelpfully, with a motivational poster. You've seen the poster. SMART goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound. Usually near a stock photo of a mountain. Underneath it sits real science, and it's sturdy. 4 decades, more than 400 studies. Specific, difficult goals reliably beat vague or easy ones. Do your best is a remarkably weak instruction, a goal with no edges. The fine print is load-bearing, commitment, feedback, ability. Now notice the science's favorite word, difficult, and the posters, achievable. The original acronym, a 2-page management memo from 1981, said ascendable and realistic. Corporate retelling sanded it into achievable, comfort in, difficulty out. Somewhere, George Duran deserves an apology. So let's run this properly. A scorecard. Yours, theirs. Test 1. Specific with calibrated difficulty. The card. 10 stamps, 1 free coffee. Just hard enough to mean something. The tracker. 50 a week, forever. No finish line. First check. Theirs. But be specific is still poster talk. The deeper question, why does a target change behavior at all? What is a goal doing in your head? In 1999, 3 researchers gave the field its sharpest answer. A goal is not a plan. It's a reference point. Set 1 and your brain treats it like sea level. Everything short of it stops being progress and becomes loss. And the science says that in general, losses weigh roughly twice what gains do. You can watch this happen. Researchers collected nearly 10 million marathon finishing times. The distribution should be a smooth hill. It isn't. There's a wall of runners finishing just under 4 hours. and a canyon just after. Same wall at 3:30, same at 3. Pace groups and qualifying cutoffs don't explain it. Nothing in physiology changes at 3:59. The only thing on that line is a number in your head, and thousands of exhausted strangers sprint a marathon's last mile rather than land on its wrong side. Now put the tracker on that graph. 50 a week makes every week a pass-fail exam. Miss one by $20 and the brain doesn't record 30 saved. It books a loss. Losses demand relief, and the cheapest relief is abandoning the goal. The near-miss death spiral. Arithmetic plus wiring. No character defect anywhere in the chain. Test 2. Reference point close and visible. The next stamp, days away, in your own wallet. Your target, round, distant. On paper, you'd stopped looking at. Second check, theirs. But the marathon graph hides something better than the wall. Stop watching the finish line. Watch what effort does as people get close. 1932. A psychologist named Clark Hull times rats running toward food and finds they speed up as they get closer. He calls it the goal gradient. 74 years later, 3 marketing professors find Hull's rats in a coffee shop. Real loyalty cards, real customers. Closing in on the free coffee, the gap between visits shrinks about 20%, first stamp to last. The control group seals it. Same card, no reward attached. Those customers slowed down. The day after redemption, back to a crawl. Post-reward resetting. Money translation. The last $500 of a debt vanishes fast. You can feel the finish. The first $500 is where plans die. Your tracker was one big, round, distant number. A goal that is all mile 1 forever. Test 3. A finish line close enough to pull? Theirs. 3 for 3. At some point, coincidence becomes design. So, an uncomfortable question. Who designs goals for a living? As you would appreciate, the most careful readers of this literature are not therapists, of course. They run loyalty programs. I'm not making that up. This is documented. Design pattern libraries for product teams cite Hull 1932 by name. The coffee card paper too, with a link. Consultant white papers retell these experiments, numbers included, as technique. The footnotes you never read. Someone read them closely. And the industry built on that reading is not small. In 2020, one major airline borrowed money against its frequent flyer program. The program alone valued at $21 billion. Arrivals was appraised at up to $31 billion, more than the entire airline was worth on the stock market. We actually made a segment on credit card rewards in the miles industry some days ago. It will be linked at the end. The point is that the miles are the business, and the airplane is the gift shop. So there's the desk's answer. Nobody engineered your goal. Professionals engineered theirs. Your tracker wasn't weaker, it was amateur, built without the spec sheet. Which raises the better question, what else in your wallet was built to it? Now, the wallet. Same spec sheet, item by item. The only question? Who set each goal? 16 stars until your next reward. The gradient, the pole we just measured, installed by a merchant, refreshed daily on your lock screen. Set by them. Spend $3,000 in 3 months, earn 60,000 points. A reference point placed by a bank. A target for your spending, wearing a gift's clothes. Regulators noticed. The Consumer Finance Bureau spent 2024 on rewards programs and their vanishing points. Set by them. $11 away from free shipping. A threshold set by a store. And industry research is frank about shoppers padding baskets to clear it. You've bought a second thing to avoid paying for the first thing. We all have. Airlines went further and invented the moving finish line. Status resets every January. So every December, otherwise sensible adults fly to nowhere to keep a color. Then the money apps. Streaks, dials, confetti. Whether streaks make you richer is genuinely unsettled. Much of that evidence comes from the apps, not from independent studies. The regulatory record isn't. The SEC opened an inquiry into gamified trading in 2021. and one brokerage paid Massachusetts $7.5 million and deleted its confetti. The app's goal is engagement, dressed in your goal's clothes. One more, so this doesn't curdle into everything is a trap. The employer retirement match. The one finish line in your wallet where the profit at the end is yours. By one 2015 industry estimate from a firm that sells retirement advice, so salt accordingly, about $24 billion a year in matching money goes unclaimed. Roughly one worker in 4 leaves some behind. Not laziness. Nobody engineered that goal. No stars, no streak, no progress bar. For the one threshold that pays you. Their goals are engineered. Yours never were. So rebuild yours. Same spec sheet, your money. Everything so far says the easier an accomplishment feels, the likelier it happens. For example, you are a single click away from subscribing. In all seriousness, let's talk about debt first, because it's the famous argument. Avalanche, highest interest rate first, the arithmetic's choice. Snowball, smallest balance first, the arithmetic winces. In one worked example, 3 debts, $14,000, $500 a month. Avalanche saves about $2,700 and finishes half a year sooner. Case closed? Well, someone took a closer look. Among debt settlement clients, what predicted finishing wasn't dollars paid down, it was accounts closed. And in that same example, the Snowball's first closed account arrives in month 4, the Avalanche's, month 24. The Snowball is the goal gradient, pointed at your own debt. Honesty in full. One dataset, correlation, and any plan you keep beats the perfect plan you quit. The math and the psychology are both on the table. The trade-off is yours. Savings. In a field experiment, the same money split into 2 sealed envelopes instead of 1 got saved more. More still with the family's children pictured on them. Partitions are reference points installed by hand. Breaking a seal is a loss, so the brain guards money it used to leak. Every app bucket descends from that envelope, though the bucket evidence is mostly the apps grading their own homework. And the heavy machinery? Commitment. A bank in the Philippines offered accounts that locked savings away until a goal the customer chose. 28% said yes to less access to their own money, and a year later held balances about 80% higher than control. It fades with time, a device, not a cure. Odysseus, tied to the mast, earning interest. You may already own the American version, the retirement account whose early withdrawal penalty everyone resents. The penalty is the mast. That's the design working. Its cousins run at national scale. Automatic enrollment lifted participation 50 percentage points. Auto escalation took savers from 3.5% to 13.6% in 40 months. The machinery has no allegiance. It works for whoever sets it up, which leaves exactly one thing on this desk unexplained. Those 2 stamps, the odd-colored ones. Because I never bought those coffees. I mean, I'm a cat. I don't drink the coffee, I just like throwing the cup off the table. 2006. A car wash prints 300 loyalty cards in 2 versions. On half, 8 washes earns a free one, starting from 0. On the others, 10 washes, with 2 stamps already inked. Identical real price, 8 washes. My 2 odd stamps are exactly that, printed, not earned. So write down the sniff test's first question. Who set this goal? Someone did, before you ever touched the card. The results. Honest cards from 0, 19% completed. Pre-stamped, 34. Nearly double from progress that never happened. The café ran its own bonus stamp version, measurably faster finishes. Now, 15 points is a multiplier, not a spell. Most cards still died. But your tracker got no multiplier at all. Question 2. Who profits when you get close? Sometimes a car wash. Sometimes the match, you. And for your own, the studies measured what works. Specific targets, partitioned money, finish lines near enough to pull. And now the deepest thing in this whole literature. The car wash didn't change the reward. It didn't change the effort. It changed how far along you felt. The feeling of progress can be manufactured from nothing. A journey that feels begun is harder to abandon, so they print the beginning. Question 3. Is the progress real or pre-stamped? Question 4. Does the finish line move? 4 questions. That's the entire sniff test. Nobody profits from it but you. 2 pieces of paper on a desk, a famous verdict that had no source, and a full punch card with 2 stamps too many. Your goals were never the broken ones. They were just the only ones nobody engineered. Goals work. That's exactly why it's worth knowing who's you're chasing. Tell us in the comments, the oldest punch card, points balance, or streak living in your wallet. And whose goal is it really? We'd love to read you. Sniff you later.